Yo, what's up, guys? I'm here on Showdown today with my team for the Valley Battle League. This is the bracket stage, so I made it out of pools 2-1. Not too bad of a record, as just wanted to provide you guys with my thought process behind my team. So there were a couple of things I was trying out and testing. I went back and forth between Gastrodon and Moltres, but the issues I found with them, for one, Gastrodon, is that if he's HP Grass or Toxic Rotom Heat, it doesn't actually check it that well long term. And other things such as Energy Ball or Primarina could run Rindo Berry, but then that means I don't have leftovers, which are pretty important. So ultimately, I decided to not use it in the final version of the team. And then there was Moltres. Though the issue I found with that was it can't really sweep as Weavile. Can actually just hard switch in. If you're Nasty Plot, you can't kill because they just destroy it with Icicle Crash or whatever move. Pretty much it. And if you Agility, you can't kill either. Things like Primarina, Zygarde always take a +2 hit from it and just either glare it or just revenge kill it. So decided against that as well. So yeah, these are the 6 I went with. So hop right into it. Is Mega Manectric, huge problem to my opponent's team. As fast as mine is Weavile, it just gets crushed by it. And Rotom Heat is really the only check. And that I could just full switch on repeatedly until it's worn down to a point where it can no longer check Manectric, or just bring in things that abuse Rotom such as Lottie and Frogadier. So Manectric is excellent in this matchup, just the speed by itself. And I was deciding between Flamethrower and Toxic, but just went with Flamethrower just to have that safety versus Scizor. And a harder hit versus Weavile. Toxic is nice for Rotom Heat, but I felt like I could beat it down regardless. So yeah, packing enough speed for Weavile and just the rest in HP really helps tank straight knockoffs, because it's a Mega, so you guys know that already. But anyway, next Latios. Like I said, I was debating between this and Gastrodon as my Rotom Heat check. Like I said, Gastrodon has trouble versus certain Rotom Heat sets, whereas Lottie really doesn't. Best they could do is Shadow Ball, which is only going to do 40%. Yeah, the set I went with is Refresh. Thought about Copper Berry just to not be trapped by Weavile, but I prefer the power versus a defensive Rotom Heat, so I don't get walled. And Roost and Refresh allows me to check any form of status from Rotom Heat, whether it be Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, T-Wave. And there's max speed, just being able to speed tie at the very least with Espeon. And outside Scizor really doesn't have any good Draco switch-ins. Primarina gets twig killed by Side Shock, even if max HP. So yeah. Lottie is there. And next, Clef, mandatory for Zygarde. Unaware. So that I can check the DD sets. Softball, Wish. I really like this combination because Wish really helps. If Manectric takes hits, U-turns from Scizor. Let's say Scizor comes in on Clef, I can Wish, and then U-turns, I get all the health back as I go hard Manectric. So yeah, that's the idea behind that. And this Wish support is nice for Entei, Furrow as well. So my main Starfrocker, just very solid versus Weavile as well. Just mandatory there. Just max bold. Frogadier, pretty big threat. No real switching. He can check it offensively, but he cannot switch in with anything. As Surf, Gunk, HP Fire basically covers the whole team. Gunk Shot smacks Primarina harder than Grass Knot. Grass Knot does 50, whereas Gunk has a chance to just straight up kill because Primarina has pretty poor physical defense. And T-Spike is really good too, because his team is mostly grounded. And T-Spike plus Manectric is just a huge issue for him. Because say he tries to pivot Zygarde on Volt Switch, he takes T-Spike anyways. So yeah, that's great. It's running enough speed for, I believe, yeah, Jolly Zygarde. I could have went lower for like Rotom and just had more attack. It doesn't really matter though. I'd rather just be able to outspeed if I needed to. Yeah, I expect it to do a lot of work. And next, Entei, running a cool set with Natural Gift. Palmic Berry over Ganlon. This turns into Ice with Natural Gift, so that's really good for Zygarde. I found that Ganlon Berry, that like when Entei got low, it activate, and I don't want that. I want to keep my berry. This one doesn't activate. It's 90 base power versus 100, so not too huge of a difference. And yeah, this can pretty much just sweep once Primarina takes any form of chip, because +1 edge does around like 60, 70. So yeah, once that's out the way, you can just run through his team. Yeah, Stone Edge for Rotom. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Entei. Ferrothorn, Akaberry, I felt was best for the random HP fires. Mostly like HP fire Primarina, especially with substitute. That could be an issue. Knockoff. Like this combination of Akka plus Knock really allows me to play aggressively versus Rotom. Like staying to knock his boots off. If he Volt Switches, I get a lot of mileage out of that. And yeah, just really solid. Being able to check other random stuff like Espeon. So yeah, that's pretty much the team. We'll be back with the game. I'm here with the game versus Daytona Dragapults. Like I said, Manectric, huge problem. Really the only caveat to that is Rotom Heat. Though my idea was to knock the boots off and then have my Stealth Rocks up so that he can't repeatedly come in on Manectric. And then once Rotom Heat's gone, it pretty much just a late game sweep. Only other condition I need met is Zygarde beaten down a bit because it doesn't go down the HP Ice. And I'm never going to stay in on it if it's at full. So yeah, it's pretty much that Manectric huge issue. Latios Static Guard against Rotom Heat. And is my Psychic switching Clef, guards against Zygarde, Weavile. Frogadier, well positioned, just picks up a KO every time. He can offensively deal with it with Weavile, but cannot switch in with anything. And it picks up KO versus Scizor, things like that. Entei, I'm the Ace Berries, so just need Primarina to around 60%, knock that out with +1 Stone Edge. And then Ferro's going to be there to guard against pretty much everything beside Rotom Heat. So I won't throw it into Espeon. Because, potential HP. Oh, no, I have Akaberry, but I don't want to waste that on Espeon, is what I mean. So, yeah, let's just hop straight into the game. So, Manectric, just the best lead. Over Volt Switch, he stays in. I wasn't surprised by this at all. But the thing is, I don't want to say I have Flamethrower into Rotom Heat, then I Volt Switch, right? I'm forced to go Latios, and if he has Volt Switch on his Rotom, then Latios is essentially dead to Weavile Pursuit if I get the turn wrong. So I didn't want to be in that situation from the start. Just taking a couple of turns ahead there, as I don't mind him staying. It's not like I lose because of that. As I have a safe switch into Entei regardless of that. As pull the switch out to Entei, just my best play. Don't want to go Ferro and take damage unnecessarily, as I need that absolute full pretty much for Primarina, Espeon, things like that. Don't want to take any chip, and obviously can't go like Clef. I don't want to go Clef. Yeah, it's just that doesn't have the best positioning versus anything else. Versus Primarina and Espeon, I'll be forced to switch. So Entei, I figured this has the best positioning versus his team. As I go through that, best play is just to go to Furrow on the Primarina. As again, even if he's HP Fire, doesn't matter because I have Akaberry. But he gets a crit, which matters for sure. because without that, what it did, what, like 20-30%, probably around 30%. Then I'll live the next one as I am at 70, and Primarina can't stay in. But now, because of the HP Fire crit there, I actually get to a KO, but he's gonna keep subbing down. This is the fish for a whip miss. Honestly, at this point, if I was him, I would have just kept subbing if you're gonna keep going for that. But he just knocked me out with HP Fire. I can't allow him to sub, so I kind of had to stay in there. Could not risk going Latios on a Moonblast, and I don't kill him anyway, so I really just had to stay in. Unfortunate that I pretty much lost my Ferrothorn for nothing, but you know, we can make that up a bit with Frogadier, which bodies him. Again, no switch-ins. Can't really go hard Espeon. If I U-turn, you just die. So that's pretty much pick a sack. Besides tosses or pivoting on gunk shots, which is intelligent. But I just knock him out HP Fire next turn. So that's one of his Clef answers gone. So yeah, that's great. As he goes to Espeon there. Doesn't want to go Weave Out because that would allow Clef to come in. So I'll go hard Latios as is my main resist to something like a Life Orb Psychic, as I'll take nothing from that. I kind of have to risk the speed tie there because I don't really have any switch-ins for Espeon at this point. Clef will be to a kill by Life Orb Psychic. So he gets to Weave Out here. I don't mind this too much as I'm a bit of Draco again. Pursuit's pretty obvious, so I'll just stay in there. What this does, it puts him in range of Clef Moonblast guaranteed and Manectric, T-Bolt, Flamethrower, things like that. Honestly, don't know why he decided to knock. He should have just pursued it, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. I wasn't going to switch. Though, probably the best play was to switch just to keep that extra sack fodder. And it basically forced a kill. Like, he'd have to guess, like, if I get Latios in on a turn versus Rotom, he'd really have to guess if I'd go for Psyshock or Draco. Though Draco would be better because I could Psyshock Primarina afterwards and then put him in range of Entei. So that's probably what I would have did there, but it doesn't end up happening as Latios gets knocked out there, trading 50% of his health on Weave Out. As again, just keep positioning for Frogadier. Click that Surf, just click the obvious move. I don't need to predict because I do have the Gunk Shot as I knock out Primarina. So Entei's opened up right there as he goes to Weave Out. This is fine. As I go to Manectric, actually, just to avoid Clefable getting knocked off, because that'd be kind of a choke allowing that, because then Leftover's knocked off. If he's banded Zygarde, he can do a kill, so that was my thought process there. As he's tired of me Volt Switching, because again, if I'm able to Volt Switch again on his Rotom, I get another kill with Frogadier. Though I do not have Ice Beam. I didn't want to reveal that to him, give him that information, so that he's not comfortable with the Zygarde, which is why I played Frogadier the way I did. So yeah, he goes to Rotom here. I could pretty much just stay in. I don't need to switch. As I believe I wish that turn. Just the best play. If he overheats, I can soft build up following turn. Just Moonblast, chip the Rotom. Just really beat it down from Manectric is the goal there. As he pulls a double out into Zygarde, probably expecting me to want to like Wish Pass to Entei, which makes sense. But again, I have no reason to switch because Rotom really doesn't beat Clef. Like it does, but it's just a stalemate mostly. I don't really need to switch. As I'll catch the double to Zygarde. It wasn't a prediction, it was just my best play. As he Iron Tails to try into a kill, but it is not, because Zygarde's pretty weak and like max fits that funness. As he also Weave Out just to knock me out. At this point I don't need Clef. I just let him have it there. As I go to Manectric, actually Volt Switch, thought it'd kill. Because I wanted the positioning versus Rotom. I don't want Manectric in versus that. I got T-Bolt goes Rotom, then I have to like VS into a discharge or something. I don't want that. So I just figured it would kill. So I just went for Volt Switch. Figured it would be the best play, but it is not. As you go to Frogadier knowing I don't die to anything, and you probably just go for Ice move anyway. It just makes no more sense. As I pivot back to Manectric, not wanting to die, because I still die to -1 knock, because Frogadier is pretty frail. as I VS out into Entei. At this point, I'm just gonna attack um, positions and that cannot be defended. As I go for Stone Edge there, just to knock out the Rotom. If he parried me, I mean, he'd have to get multiple in a row. It only does 20, so I could have multiple chances to hit Stone Edge there. As just Weavile just to knock me out. I'm gonna go for a natural gift here. Actually, just the best play. If he decides to SD, it covers that. I don't want to like miss Sacred Fire, and then he has like a chance. Though I don't even think a +1 Ice Shard crit would knock out Manectric because I do have HP investment, and like non-boosted shard or like no life orb or anything is pretty weak. But yeah, just the best play there to go for that. As go to Manectric, click that Volt Switch, and knock him out. So Manectric ends up cleaning the game, like I said it would. And yeah, so pretty solid. Happy to see, the God Frog put in work. That's my guy. And yeah, so moving on to the second game of brackets, and I'll be back with that soon. So hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, peace.